Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Well, it may not be Tuesday when you're actually watching this, so I guess happy day. I am Julie Murphy, and I am here to help you awaken your spirit and align with your soul. And I've created this whole awakening series based off of my book was Awaken Your Wealth, because I'm the money chick. But then I realized that the money is just the result of everything else happening in your life. And so I have brought these experts in their areas of their life to awaken your relationships, which I do on Thursday mornings, awaken your health, I do on Monday nights. And in the mornings now on Tuesdays, if you want to catch us live, I am working with my dear friend, 𝙤𝙬𝙧, that we are going to help awaken your spirit, which means just align with your soul with all the crazy that's going on in the world. We just want to awaken who you are, what you're all about, and what you came here to do. And so the only way to do that is really actually to start to shift your energy. So David, would you like to say hello to everybody?
Good morning, everybody. How are you? Are you ready to really move some energy and get into a really good alignment with yourself, getting your body, mind, spirit, soul, heart, all connected in alignment? So as you move into your day, you just feel this congruency, right? And focus. How about that?
Right. And you know what? What I have found is it really does take that trifecta. It's your body, mind, and your spirit. You know, I always talk about the fact that your thoughts, your words, and your feelings are the vibration that you put out into the world. And what I've learned is that we repeat all of these patterns, and it's because our subconscious mind, our mind, we have two operating systems. We have our conscious mind, and then we have our subconscious mind. And what we don't realize is that 95% of the time, our subconscious mind actually is the one that drives the engine. And so it's really important to address the subconscious mind, which the energy work actually helps us detangle from that monkey mind. And those of you who have never done energy work before, think of this almost like a meditation. And those of you who haven't meditated before, just sit and relax, because I don't want you to get caught up on all the semantics. You know, I've been doing this kind of work since 2005. So I've had quite a lot of experience in shifting my life. And now I know my purpose is to help all of you shift your lives and really align with your heart and soul. And in the end, that's really what it's all about. Those of you who joined us last week, we talked about the fact that we have to align with our knowing, our intuition, and be in presence. And I would love for David to give his story and for information about that.
Well, you know, we have many different ways of experiencing life and experiencing reality, and it depends what lens we look through. So if we're looking through the lens of the rational mind is basically built on a fear-based reality, and it's dualistic, so good, bad, right, wrong. But it's basically fear motivated, fear based. When we go to another level of ourselves, we start to go into the heart. And you'll hear me talking endlessly about the heart, because the heart has its own window of perception. And that window of perception is based out of love, out of creativity. It is driven by a force of passion. And so we can really distinguish where we are at any moment by kind of checking in and going, okay, am I in my mind? I've got these fearful thoughts going on, kind of lurking in the background that are driving me nuts. And I got a lot to do today and I want to stay positive. And at that point, you know, it's time to kind of go into an internal shift and go, you know what, I am going to just drop into my heart-based consciousness. And so, you know, we talked about this last time. It is a study was done at Stanford University in California, and it's called Heart Math. You might want to Google that and check into it. But the way this study came about is what they realized in a fetus, that the heart developed before the mind, and they're like, how could that happen? And as they went into the study, they realized that the heart has its own mind, if you will, its own intelligence. And so that whole thing was based from that premise. And so as you start to move into the heart base, which we're going to do, we're energetically going to go there in just a few minutes. Your window of perception shifts, and you start to, not only do you drop into what I call a state of knowing. And that knowing is sort of like intuition, okay? It's like, and we've all been there, where on one level, we're trying to figure out a solution to a problem. And on one level, we've got our mental window open, and we're thinking about solving it on that level. And then we drop into our heart, or our knowing, our intuition. And we might be getting them diametrically opposite of what we're getting mentally. And I always go with the intuition, with that inner knowing, because what I've learned, and I wonder if this has been true for you, is every time I go against that, it doesn't work out well.
Up in your face. Absolutely. Well, and one of the questions that I keep getting with people is, Julie, how do I know if it's my fear or if it's my intuition? Because we have so not followed our own knowing and our own intuition for a long, long time. And particularly right now, anything that you have unresolved within yourself is all coming to the surface, because we're all pushed to the nth degree today with health stuff going on, with the pandemic, with the economics going up and down, our job security, our relationships, everything. You are being shown in spades today the reality that you've created, and how it works for you and how it doesn't work for you any longer. I know a lot of people are sitting here getting a lot of relief from the fact they're going, God, I kind of like not having this huge commute to work, and running around like a crazy parent with my kids in 50 million different activities, and that I'm actually able to just sit home and cook a meal. So we're all having these realizations of what works and what doesn't work for us. And so energetically, like what I would love for us to do today, and by all means, let's follow spirit, but that we really help people move from this place of how to really zone in and feel their intuition much stronger than this fear place that so much of the world is in right now.
Right. And when you in that fear place, where our lives have really changed for a lot of us very substantially in the last few months. And so whether we were ready or not, the changes were happening.
Right.
And coming to a reconciliation of that within ourselves and into our new realities, however that shows up, and coming into a place of resilience. I think resilience is a really powerful word that, it's like, as the landscape of our life reconfigures, that rather than fighting that, we allow ourselves to move into that stream of transformation, that stream of what is life offering me now? What are the gifts? Because so many times we're so focused on the fallout that we forget to really be able to focus on what are the gifts that are being presented now, and what opportunities are coming out of this moment, this time. And then as we drop into our heart, and I think what Julie was saying a minute ago, it's like, I have more time. Interesting. Or my time is different, is certainly orchestrated in a different way, because I'm not moving, we're more home-based, a lot of us. And so the flow of our lives has changed substantially. The flow of the way that we relate with each other has changed substantially. Our whole way of being social together is being reinvented. So if we really open ourselves to seeing what the gifts are and what opportunity we have to go through transformation. It can make it more of an adventure than trying to push back or go back to a place that we're never going to go back to.
So can we do that? So David, I'm feeling that let's jump into the energy piece, because I think really people right now don't really know how to get clear the forest. And naturally, a lot of our forests are being cleaned because we're calling in health crises, job loss. Like these are all the catalysts for change. But because we're in such crisis mode, we actually don't know how to get centered and calm. So let's have this energy really help clear the path of the fear, of the uncertainty. And for those of you who are really not familiar with this process, all you got to do is close your eyes and allow the energy to flow through you. And I guarantee you, you will feel it on a cellular level. You don't have to do anything. I just want you to sit, relax, and close your eyes. And David's going to do his magic and what he does in funneling the energy to you. So how about we take him to the ethers here, Mr. David?
Okay. So I would like each one of you to just decide, even though you don't know how, that you're going to go deep into your core today, okay? That you're going to go into a place within yourself that holds great knowing, great wisdom, and deep peace. Okay, so just kind of go, I don't know how I'm going to get there. It doesn't matter, but it's my job to get you there. Okay, so
yep.
I'd like you to just go into your core, into your heart, into a quiet space, a safe space within you.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to open up our imagination. Okay, and as we go in, I would like you to experience yourself in a pyramid of 24 karat golden light, a huge pyramid of light. And that pyramid is just shimmering light. As you're in that pyramid of light, we're going to invoke the 13 of them. And at the base of the pyramid are 3 circles of light. And those 3 circles of light represent the divine feminine. So we're going to bring in 3 circles of light. And we're going to start bringing that light from the base of the pyramid. And I want you to feel a 24 karat golden light going into your toes. Feel it moving into your arches, into your heels. And we're going to start bringing that 24 karat golden light up your legs. And feel the luminosity of this light. It's a plasma light. It comes from other dimensions. So this 24 karat golden plasma light's going up your legs. I want you to feel it moving into your hips. And I want you to feel it at the base of your spine. And so at the base of your spine, we're going to place a radiant sun. And it's going to be a central sun. So I just want you to kind of tune into the radiance of that. Feel the energy and the power of that light and that sun. And we're going to start moving that golden light up your spine. And as we move it up your spine, when we get to your heart center, I want you to feel an explosion of light. Feel yourself, just your heart fully opening and connecting in. And for moms, particularly, it's like if you open your heart and start to go into your children and how much you love them. Works for men too, but it's like a really powerful way to get right into your heart and really open to your core and feeling that love, that flow, that connection. You're doing a great job. I can feel you guys connecting into that. All right, so we got that radiant love happening, and we're going to kind of go back to the spine, and we're going to bring that golden light, that 24 karat golden light, that radiance up your spine. I want you to feel it flowing into your shoulders, your upper arms, your lower arms. Feel it flowing into your hands, your palms. Feel it flowing from your fingertips. Feel golden light flowing out your palms and your fingertips. And we're going to move our focus now to your shoulders and your brain stem. And again, I want to place another radiant sun, a central sun at the brain stem. I want you to just feel kind of a radiance at that brain stem of that radiant light. And what we're going to do is we're going to connect the sun at the base of your spine with the sun at the base of your brain stem. I'm going to do that by bringing a really powerful force of golden light. It's called a toric field of golden light up your spine. It's going to go directly through your heart to the sun at your brain stem and back. And that is going to be an energy that's going to recirculate the entire time that we're doing this, this whole Zoom experience. So you're going to just feel this force field of light that's connecting, going up and down your spine, connecting through your heart. All right, so we're now going to go back to the brain stem, feeling the radiance of that sun, that light. And we're going to start activating your thymus gland, your hypothalamus, your pituitary gland, and your pineal gland. And the pineal gland is in the very center of the brain. And we're going to, as we go into that pineal gland, I'm going to again insert a central sun, a radiant sun. So you're probably going to start feeling the neurons in your brain really activating, feeling a radiance, feeling all the neurons switching on. And we're going to connect you also into the multiverse, which is you as you connect into other realms of light. We're going to connect you into your galactic connections into other dimensions of light. We're switching all that on. I just want you to feel the radiance of the neurons in your brain just really becoming vibrant, vital, connected. There we go. We can feel that. All right. So from there, we're going to start. I'm going to have you spiral out your third eye and out your crown. You're going to start traveling through a corridor of light with me. So you're traveling through a galactic corridor as light in form. So you're now, as you're traveling through, you're that 24-karat golden light in form, traveling through the galactic corridor, and you're going to merge the plasma of your blood with the plasma that is the central sun. So I want you to just feel a fusion of light with a central sun. Just feel a radiance in your entire body. Feel your everything starting to switch on, connect. You might start to feel kind of an effervescent vibration throughout your entire physical body. Everything is connecting on, and we're going to continue through that galactic corridor, through the galactic gateway, through the initiate, and we are going to now be traveling directly through a corridor into a kaleidoscope, a beautiful kaleidoscope of fractal light. So this kaleidoscope, as you go direct, you're going to start spiraling into it in a clockwise direction. As you spiral into that kaleidoscope, I want you to feel yourself being just dissolving into these fractals of light in this kaleidoscope, that it's moving in a clockwise direction. And I want you to put everything, all your concerns, any negative emotion, anything into these fractals of light. Just go, you know what? I'm going to just dump everything that's bothering me into this beautiful kaleidoscope of fractal light. And this kaleidoscope is absorbing all of that thought form, all of that emotion, and it's going to reconfigure it. It's like it's actually clearing it, cleaning it, and we're going to go directly into the very core of that kaleidoscope, which is an all-seeing eye. And as we go through that eye, we're going to go into the very core of directly into the central sun, I want you to just feel yourself flowing through this kaleidoscope with this just being cleansed by these fractals of light, just purified. And I'm going to kind of go into a silence now. I'm going to really accelerate the energy here. And I just want you to like kind of travel in this kaleidoscope for a few minutes. There we go. I want you to feel your heart really opening so that you're projecting the heart center also into this kaleidoscope. I want you to really open yourself into this level of awakening within yourself, that place of knowing that is within you, and feeling that really expanding now. There you go. As you're opening into this light, feel yourself getting really centered. Really, the heart really connecting with you. Feel your creative self opening. There we go. And so Julie's really, she's quiet about this, but she's really good about opening these fields too. So Julie and I are really opening these energy fields for you to really move into. There we go.
I just would like to share with people as they're feeling this energy that if you feel pain coming up in your body, which is one of the ways that I often feel it, that's your body, your physical body actually trying to open up. And so just visualize that part of your body just opening up. So like for me right now, what I'm feeling is a bunch on the left side of my neck and the base of my head. And so I just feel into that part and just see it expanding and creating space so that the physical pain can actually dissipate and open up, because then the energy can move it.
As we're expanding this opening, we want to have the intention, and I'd like each of you to request your heart to open you into knowing, that you are ready to open up and into that. And some of you, I'm sure, are masterful at this already. So all of us help each other as we open these energy fields together, and just going into that knowing. And Julie, if you would explain how knowing works for you a little bit for everybody when you're in that vibration.
Well, I can share with the fact that I realized I was out of my knowing when I was evaluating things in my mind, because I pull everything up to my head, and that's the blessing and the curse of being formally educated at especially for me, I have advanced degrees. So I was trained and taught to pull everything up to my mind, evaluate out, and I got really, really good at that and really efficient at that. And so I know when I am in that process and in that path that I have learned my entire life, that I am not in my knowing. And then I just need to release the mind and drop into my heart. And, you know, the way I explain it so often to my clients is that it's if you feel, if it makes you giggle, or if it puts a smirk on your face, you know, women will tend to giggle and men tend to get a shit ass on their face. And so it's just that thing that your knowing is like you feel a sense of relief in your body, and a calmness comes about you, and it just feels right. And then what we do is we instantly pull it up to our brains to evaluate, is it right or is it wrong? Is it, and that's when, you know, like turn the brain off and just go back into your knowing. And so often some of those components that you have come into being then with your knowing will feel foreign, and you're like, why would I do that? And it's really about just follow it, because it's like building a muscle. And the more you can build that muscle into your knowing, the more you can pay attention to it, then the more authentic you are, because you are following your own personal knowing, and you're not beating to somebody else's drum, but you're beating to your own drum.
So I think that as we're really kind of opening, really opening the heart, going into these fractals, and these fractals are vibrational light, and the vibrational light really allows you to clear away a lot of the chaotic thought. So as we're in these fractals and we're clearing away a lot of the chaotic thought form. So not all that thought form is ours. We pick it up. Okay, we pick it up in the noosphere of everybody around us. And so we really want to get that cleared away also. Okay, so we're just like really in our own core, in our own knowing. There we go. I feel ourselves like really getting into that. And in that place is just filled with love. And in that place within yourself, all is well. And so when you can be in a place of stillness, deep, deep stillness, and knowing, when you're just in this really beautiful, calm energy, that's when the intuition or the knowing starts to bubble up. And it's really powerful sometimes to see that the real dichotomy within ourselves of what our mental is telling us, and then when we go into this level, what our knowing is telling us. And they can be almost diametrically opposed sometimes, but yeah, it's like part of what is occurring for us as a body of humanity now is that we're really starting the whole level of fear that we've all carried is starting to actually dissolve. And that's what creates a lot of the chaos right now, because it's like we've been in a fear-based consciousness and we're breaking out of that. That's dissolving. And so even though it may seem like things are falling apart, like on a certain level, definitely they are, but it's more important to feel into and the knowing of what's falling together. What is coming together? And oftentimes, you know, it's like I use the metaphor of a house because I was for years a designer. And so whenever I would start on a design project, you would take the existing house and you start reconstructing it, dismantling, because it was going through a reconfiguration, right? Sometimes the house was being taken down to the studs, So in that process of recreating this home, it's like at some point the house looks worse than it ever did, you know, and it's at that point that then the house starts being reconfigured. And so if you use the metaphor of a house, it's like, and the rooms are maybe reconfigured, and then, you know, the walls come in, and then, you know, all the new stuff starts to come in, and it's like the whole structure goes from looking like a total disaster to one of beauty. And so it's like metaphorically, it's like we're under major reconstruction right now as a human family. And it's like it's not about whether we're in it or not, we are. So we don't need to, it's not about resolving that. It's about stepping into it and going, okay, my whole life perhaps is really in tremendous change. And I'm going to use this as an opportunity to really implement change in ways that, you know, I've wanted to do for a long time, but now it seems like it's just the right time and the right moment. And so if you are looking at your consciousness as a reconstruction, it's like time to clear out all the old fear, all the old stories. So what keeps us trapped, and we talked about this a little bit last time, is that we have this story of our lives. And the story of our lives starts when we're infants, and it's based on duality. So what it means is that from the time we're born, we're being told by our families who we are, what we are. And then in a dualistic program, we're deciding that that's either good or bad. And we create these stories, the story of our life. And that it also is part of generational. So it goes from generation to generation. Ultimately, what happens is we get trapped in these stories. And, you know, it's that kind of that repeat and feedback loop. You're going, oh, this is going on again. You know, some of us get so clear about the repeat that we're like, you know, it's like, when do I get out of this movie? Well, now's the time. Now is the time for a total rebirth, a total transformation. Energetically, everything is supporting that. So I really want you to think about today as we're opening these fields of possibility, about you really going, you know, I'm going to take this time as an opportunity to really implement some transformation in my life where I'm feeling great. These old thought forms, these old things that have been dogging me for years, I'm ready to dissolve them. I'm ready to let them go. So I'm going to really kind of turn up the energy here for a moment, because the beautiful sun is streaming right into my window right now, and we're going to go right into the core of that sun, that central sun, and I'm going to start streaming light to you. Okay, so here's an opportunity for you to really, in your knowing now, in this place that you're in, to really decide, what am I keeping? What am I releasing? And the way you can release right now is just in your consciousness and your imagination. Just feel like you're putting those, whatever it is you want to release, into those fractals of light. And sometimes I call that the cosmic wood chipper. We're just chucking stuff in there to really let go of this old stuff that has been embedded in us for way too long. There we go. Let's just go for it. And so as a group, we want to really start lifting and feeling empowered, okay? We're just going to come out of this today feeling that we're really empowered, that we can do it. Whatever it is that's next on your list, or multiple things on your list of things that you want to break through, that you're just over being, feeling like you're being held back or limited with it. We're just like breaking through, you know. And I always like to use the metaphor of the moving in from the worm to the butterfly, that we're like, we go into this metamorphosis. Okay, so what we're really doing is opening up a field of metamorphosis or transformation. And it goes from the caterpillar right to the butterfly. It's part of nature. And so that's what we're really moving through as humans. We're in this metamorphosis. And so when the caterpillar is in the process of metamorphosis, it really, it goes through a level of dissolving. So we're dissolving all the old junk, all the negativity, all the fear. We're dissolving that in that kaleidoscope, in those fractals of light, you know. And we're just like really releasing all of that, just letting everything that's been bugging us, everything that's toxic, releasing that in. And as we're moving into that translucence, we are then birthing into a whole new level of being, a whole new consciousness, step by step. And it's a process. So I'm going to accelerate the energy a little more. And Julie's going to do this with me because she's so masterful at it. We're into a state of ecstasy. How about that?
Yeah, let's open it up nice and strong. So I want everyone to really feel this, because this is about releasing all of this stuff that is holding you back so that you can dream the new dream of your life. Because so many of us at this season of life that we are in right now, we are not living our dreams, and we need to get to that place, but we got to clear the gunk. So please, let's open up the throttle.
All right, so I'm just going to go kind of silent here for a little while and just really concentrate this energy, okay?
Perfect. Thank you.
And as we're accelerating this energy, I also want you to kind of come into a focus of what you're grateful for. What are you holding gratitude and blessings for right now in your life? Feeling an energy of flow and lightness now. Feeling the neurons of your brain just radiating light. And feel your atoms vibrating with light. Feeling your heart opening to perhaps a capacity that you never knew you existed before. And as we open to the divine feminine, we are opening that extraordinary love that a mother has for her children. And knowing that Mother Earth has extreme love for all of us, and that we are learning how to reciprocate that now, that we are in a massive healing and transformation. And then from a metaphor, we are literally in a whole reconfiguration, like a total transformation of a house. We're in a whole transformation of being. And sometimes we go right down to the studs. And we're gonna fill our beings just like we would fill our homes with all fresh materials, bringing in tremendous beauty, everything that we love, so that our lives are a reflection, first starting internally and then expanding to where it's external, that they are a reflection of our love. They are a reflection of our passion. They're a reflection of our joy. They're a reflection of our creativity. So I'm placing a radiant pyramid within the heart. I want you to feel the radiance of that in your heart. Feel yourself expanding. Feel a vibration moving through your field. Feeling at the very core that you are very resilient. And at your core, all is well. And that you signed up to be on the planet at this time in this massive transformation and reconfiguration. And that you're stepping into it full throttle. That you are in transfiguration and becoming the butterfly. That today we are initiating that metamorphosis within you. And all that is required is that you say yes, if it feels right to you. All right, we're going to start moving kind of back into, we're going to start coming back a little bit now. And I want you to feel the energy of inspiration, the energy of resilience, perhaps even the energy of determination. Rather than resignation. To feel totally empowered. Feeling everything lining up, if you will. And so what we've created here is an opportunity for you to get to know you on a whole different level. It's for you to start having a relationship with you from your heart center, from a place of knowing that a beautiful part of your inner space is being fully opened and revealed to you. For some of you, this has probably been going on for some period of time, and for others of you, it may be relatively new. But the point is that we move into this space, all of us. And this is the space that goes beyond the mind. It goes beyond thinking. And it will take us out of the chaos and into clarity. And so it is a process, and we connect in, and then a lot of us, including myself, we get involved with whatever is going on in the world, and then we have to go, okay, it's time to now refocus and reconnect. And so it is a process. It's a process of awakening into a very evolved part of our being. It's like we're shedding an old version of ourselves and birthing a whole new level of our being. You were designed for this. We are all designed for this. And so we're at this time in our journey of tremendous transformation. And if we've stayed more focused on the transformation than the chaos, we're going to not only feel better, but we're going to be able to then move in a very, move our energy and our lives through flow rather than reactivity. And so anytime we start to get into reactivity, it's kind of just like checking in with ourselves and going, need to get back into flow. And then doing whatever's required to do that, to get ourselves centered, to get ourselves, if we have the opportunity to just be in nature for a little while, whatever ways you use to center yourself. And as I said, for the divine feminine, oftentimes it's just going deep into that love of your children that will get you right back in center, and you're like, okay, I'm in my core. And guys can do that too. I do it all the time. But it's when we connect into our heart, that's when our world stops spinning and we get back into focus and reconnection. And it's a process, like I said. So Julie, how you doing?
I'm great. One of the things that's coming to my mind for everybody is that when we do this energy work, we have to realize that the energy is going to continue to keep moving after you do this work. It's not like it stops at the end of this. And if those of you who are not watching this live, but you're watching it later, like you still tap into the energy of what actually has occurred here. So even if, if you can't join us on a Tuesday morning at 8 a.m., you can always, connect back and, and connect into that energy to open up and create that space. And so ways that to help the energy really move. When I first started doing energy work, because I was such a thinker and so in my brain, one of the things that would happen is I would get headaches, and by the end of the day, my head would feel smashed. And that was just because I wasn't drinking enough water. And so I want you to recognize that today, drink lots and lots of water so that you can help everything flow and move, because there's 4 parts of our being. There's the spiritual, the mental, physical, and emotional. And the physical plane is the last plane for it to move. But now that we've moved your energy and we've moved and opened things up, it's really important to drink that water. And I also want you to notice that often, like even myself, as long as I've been doing all this work, I still, as we started to create space and we started to open up, I got incredible downloads from my intuition as we were sitting here of the next right step for me over the next couple weeks. And because I've been questioning, like, I know I'm supposed to do this, but I know I don't know exactly what it's supposed, but I know I'm supposed to do that. And things came in. So pay attention to those things that came in for you during today's session, because that is your knowing. David's energy work, the energy he shared with us, because remember, those of you who are new to this all works like our cell phones, okay? I want people to realize this. Our cell phones work, and you can call China because it's tapping into an energetic field and it's raising your vibration. It's creating space. There are these, quantum physics has proved this. So I want you to trust it. And I know this is me letting my freak flag fly because I'm a financial planner, which is so funny. I don't think there's many other financial planners that are out there doing energy work, but I do know a couple though. My peeps. So, but I want you to know that your bodies are energy. Everything around us is energy, and we want to energize and we want to align with exactly what you want to create in your life. So I would highly encourage, if you feel like you need to go deeper on your own individual stuff, I know it's part of the work I do, that I do one-on-one sessions with David. By all means, you can go to 𝐾𝐻𝐼𝑔𝐪𝑒.com. And is there any other way that you would want people to reach you, David, or is that the best?
That's probably the best. Yeah. And you can start on your own personal journey of awakening. I can really support you in that energetically. So if you feel like you want to do that, please contact me and we'll set up an appointment.
Well, and I will also say that we will continue to do these at 8 a.m. Central Time on Tuesdays, because the world needs us all to shift, and we need to do our part to become our authentic selves and let our personal freak flags fly. Just like I'm letting my financial planner freak flag fly and doing energy work in this awakening series. So I just want to thank everyone for joining us today. And we look forward to seeing you next Tuesday at 8 a.m. And David, any last words for all of our peeps out there?
No, I just take this energy and kind of go with it. And, you know, we're always connected. So I'm always working with these energy fields and crystals, and you can just stream in anytime you want. Just kind of focus on me a little bit in your mind and go, David, help me connect in, and I think you'll find some support there. So it's been a pleasure as always to be with you. And Julie, once again, thank you for creating this for us.
Absolutely. Much love to all of you. We'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.